Welcome to Pioneer Prosperity Movement. This session is going to be a powerful session because it's packed with so much of insights and wisdom that you must know, because I'm going to uncover so much of myths around passive income. Just a second. And moreover, if you're watching on live or if you're watching in replay, just put hashtag live or hashtag replay. Or if you're watching in YouTube, feel free to share and also subscribe for this, because I'm going to uncover the myths around passive income. And also, is it really the path towards financial freedom? That's what I'm going to talk about, because there's a big lie going on around about about passive income. Yeah, it's a very big lie, because people used to normally think about that passive income is so easy to earn, blah 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 blah. Understand that, okay? But at the same point of time, there's so much myth around passive income. And what I'm going to unleash here is there are what are all the different types of making passive income, and how it is going to create the path towards the financial freedom that you're aiming for, financial freedom or financial independence. And basically, this is for whom? This session is basically for if you're looking for, or if you're having so much of financial debts, or if you're going for going towards some sort of financial struggle or problem or financial crisis, and if you're looking to make a passive income besides your job, or as a side income, side hustle, or besides your job, from the real estate or anything like that. This is for you to make a real passive income towards the financial freedom, towards the financial independence. So let's stay tuned until the end. And towards the end, I'm also going to give you the strategies and the different tools of how we are going towards that journey as well. Okay, so now let's jump in straight away. The first and foremost is, you must understand that passive income doesn't mean that it's just falling from the sky, from nowhere. It's just like that. You must understand that, okay? And what I'm going to tell you about, talk about, is that there are few types of making passive income, and how much percentage is going to yield, and how far it's going to really benefit you at present, and also in near future, and also for a long term. That's what we're going to see. Why I'm talking this? Because there are so much myth that, oh, passive income is so easy to make. It is absolutely not. It is not easy to make. Keep it in mind, the passive income is not easy to make. Just a second. Okay, the passive income is not easy to make, but at the same time, it's not hard to make. Okay, so I'm going to simplify certain things here about the myths around passive income, and also the different ways of making passive income. So when you talk about passive income, I'm not going to touch about the crypto or the Bitcoin like that. That's complete money laundry. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not discouraging if you're doing that as well, because there is no business behind that. So that's a different story. Whereas if you talk about passive income, there are different things, like we can talk about the stocks. Of course, when you invest in stocks, that's one way of making a passive income as well. And the next thing is, of course, as you all know, real estate. Real estate is the perfect method of making a passive income. I don't deny that. That's an absolute the better method. And the next method is nothing but having a business. So these are all the three basic method of making a passive income. If you talk about the passive income, if you want to learn, or if you want to invest some money towards making a passive income in near future, or in present, or in the long term as well. Whereas the comparison between that is going to be really shocking to you. It means that when you talk about stocks normally gives back the percentage per year basis around 3 to 5%. So 3 to 5% will be the benefit out of the stocks. Okay, whereas, oh sorry, there's one other, we can even say that savings. I will just include here savings as well. Why not? Of course, savings. People think that after saving money is the best method of, because when you save, blah blah blah. So when you talk about stocks, it gives back around 3 to 5%, right? Income back, benefit. Whereas when you talk about real estate, definitely, of course, we can say around 7 to 8%, or sometimes it goes to say 6.93% per year as well. So the main thing is, when it comes to savings, it's not more than 3%, because people think that, okay, when I save money, that's the best way of getting the interest back, so that I can save money and I can achieve financial freedom. And moreover, you must understand that saving is not the way towards making a passive income or achieving a financial freedom. And moreover, I just shared many instances. Money is not to be saved. The more you save money, it's going to devalue the money as well. So the money is getting devalued, and moreover, that's not going to benefit you. So in case of stocks, you're going to make 3 to 5% benefit, as in case of real estate, you're going to make around 7 to 8%. At the same point of time, savings 3 to percent. At the same point of time, you must understand that in all these three areas, these numbers are not controlled by you. I repeat again, these numbers are controlled by you. I can show you, give you an evidence as well. If you take a real estate 7 to 8%, there are around 2.22 million people are doing a investment property in real estate in Australia itself. In Australia itself, on an average of around 2.22 million people, investors are there in Australia. Yeah, whereas among the 2.22 million investors, 54%, I repeat again, the data shows that the 54% of the people are negatively geared between 2019 to 2021. 54% are negatively geared, followed by the, of course, the income loss or the net or the rental loss during that time. You know what's the time actually. Okay, so in that case, this 7 to 8%, even though that margin is there, that number is not controlled by you, and moreover, it's capped. This 7 to 8% is capped. Again, when it comes to stocks, 3 to 5% is capped. When it comes to savings, 3% is capped, not more than 3%. It's all capped because those numbers are controlled by someone. And even if you talk about stocks or real estate or savings, it's not going to give you back the passive income immediately. Probably you must wait for another 5 years or 10 years. And during the course, if you talk about real estate, yeah, real estate is a better and best method of passive income. I don't deny that. But if you talk about real estate, if you buy an investment property in terms of by using a mortgage or by using some sort of a bank loan, even if you deposit 20% or something like that, when you buy an investment property monthly, on a monthly average basis, even apart from the rental income which comes, you're also paying money. It goes out of the pocket as well. Of course, after 5 years, after 10 years, is going to give it back. Yeah, but during the course of that during the course of the percentage, what happens is it takes around 5 or 10 years period. In that 5 or 10 years period, you are not going to gain anything from that. Either you might put something out of your pocket for the maintenance fees and council rates and blah 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 blah. At the same time, you may think that okay, the rental fees will just directly go to the mortgage. That's absolutely fine. But what happened between 2000 and 2020, as I mentioned before, 54% of the people are negatively geared, followed by the rental loss, followed by the income loss as well. You must understand that. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that these numbers, 7 to 8%, is not controlled by you. The 3 to 5% from the stocks is also not controlled by you, including the savings is not controlled by you. And moreover, to earn that 7 to 8% or 3 to 5% or 3% from all these different sources, you must wait for a long period of time, 5 years, or it could be 10 years, or it could be 15 or 20 years. I don't deny that. Until that waiting period, how far you're going to withstand the life hassles, life struggle, financial problems, financial crisis. You must understand that, because you are thinking about the future by forgetting the present. I repeat again, all these sources are really going to help you. I don't deny that. But at the same point of time, you are planning for the future. At the same time, you are hustling and grinding a lot in the present. If you're working in a job, or if you're having some sort of small business or brick and mortar business, yeah, in saying about business, the business is going to yield probably, say for example, 10% or 20%. Why I'm saying this 10% or 20%? Because these numbers, when you do the business, the other best method of making a business, because the reason is these three sources. One other thing I would like to highlight here, these three sources, stocks or real estate or savings, is not going to give you the cash flow. It's going to give you the passive income after 5 years or after 10 years, but it's not going to give you the cash flow. You must have a cash flow for you to have a kind of life at present, and also to have a time freedom. Because when you have a steady rate of cash flow to your family, eventually you don't need to have a think about, you don't worry about the financial struggles or financial crisis or financial problems to make the ends meet. Say for example, if you're getting around another 2000 or $5,000 per month as a cash flow from the business, it's a different story. You can reduce the number of hours that you're hustling or grinding in the job or in any other brick and mortar, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So when you talk about the passive income, people say that it's easy. It's not easy to make. At the same point of time, you necessarily need to wait for another 5 years or 10 years to make the passive income. Rather than waiting for that kind of time, how about doing some sort of business where you can control these numbers 10% or 20% or 30% or 40%, depending on whatever the type of business that you're going to in. And followed by that, you can maintain the steady flow of cash flow, and by means of that you can live the life at present. Think about, just imagine the life that you're having a steady cash flow, at least 2 to 5k per month minimum. And eventually what happens, you'll be in a better position towards your in your financial aspect, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about. So when compared to all these three areas, business is the current method. It means to when you're focusing not only the passive income but also the cash flow, business is where you can able to increase the cash flow from 10% or 20% or 30% based on how you do the business, because you are going to control these numbers. Whereas here, as I said, it's controlled by someone, external factor. Okay, so now when you talk about the business, again it depends on what sort of business. There are many sort of traditional business, of course. There are many sort of traditional businesses available here. You say for example, you can go and start a small business, like I have started a photography business, of course. And you can go and start any sort of kind of like a franchise business, or a restaurant or a pizza shop, and of course you own the business. Absolutely right. You can think about the 10%, 20%, 30% profit from the business. I don't deny that. But the same point of time, when you go into the traditional business, what happens is you are going to compromise. It means you're going to sacrifice your personal time, because this kind of traditional business requires your active time. I repeat again, the traditional business, even though you are your own boss, these traditional business can yield maybe a 10%, 20 or 30 or 40%, even to the passive income as well. Depends on the business again. So it sacrifices, what you're going to sacrifice is mainly the time. So that is why many of the business owners who started the business or are having a brick and mortar business, after 2 or 3 years, they're shutting down. The reason, because they are not getting the margin more than 10, 20 or 30, whatever. But at the same point of time, they are getting tired and frustrated, followed by the hustle and the grind. So in the long term, people start the traditional business, but in a long term, they couldn't able to manage it. Why? Because they keep on sacrificing the time. If you say for example, I have come across many people who have started the restaurant and also the pizza shop. After 1 or 2 or 3 years, they couldn't able to even spend the time wisely with their family. They realize that what they have done is good financially, but they become time poor. Even though they are their own boss, even though they make their own money, but they become time poor. That if they are time poor, one thing is they couldn't able to spend time with their family. So lack of quality family time, lack of quality personal time, what it leads to is nothing but it affects even their health. It impacts their health. So eventually, by means of having a traditional business, you're going to sacrifice the time. It means you may or may not achieve the financial success from the profit you may get, but you'll become time poor and health poor, and as well as relationship or emotionally poor as well, because you don't have a time to spend with your family and for yourself, and eventually it will impact your health and eventually the wealth as well. So you'll become a more and more busy rather than being productive. So that is what you must understand, that to make a cash flow, and moreover, this kind of business is not going to provide you the passive income. You get it? So that is why you must understand the other method of making a business where it's going to give you the cash flow and also at the same time passive income in a long run. So that is what I'm going to talk about today is the business in online, which is an online business in online with automation. That's a very important thing. Business is online with automation. I'm not sure whether you can see it or not, but anyway, so that you can of course listen to this. What I'm saying, the business, online business with automation, because everything is getting digitalized here, is it not? Can you deny that? Every single thing. Of course, you also buying so many things from the online, right? When you're buying, someone is selling, is it not? So instead of being a consumer, why can't you be the producer or the creator where you can own a business in online and make sure that business is automated. That's a very important thing here. Otherwise, if the online business is not running in automation, then you will end up in spending more time. You'll end up in spending spending more, sacrificing more time. There's no difference between the online business and the traditional business. So that is why making sure the business in online is automated. So by means of automation, the business where the business will be running for you 24/7. It doesn't mean that there is no work involved. There's again a common myth that in online business where you just do something and then that's it. Once after then there is no work involved. No, it's not like that. Of course, it does works. It does involve some work as well. I'm going to of course share with you certain things in here later on. So any sort of online business does involve some work. Repeat again, any sort of online business does involve some work. But even though it involves some work, it's worth for it. Why? Because eventually you're going to achieve the time freedom, and also eventually you're going to make a passive income as well with the steady cash flow rate. Cash flow. So if the people, someone says that it is easy to make passive income, it's absolutely not. It is easy in such a way if you're going to wait for 5 to 10 years. But in the meantime, you're going to hustle and grind all the way, living for the future but not in the present. That's how many people are hustling and grinding and suffering and frustrating as well. So whereas when you have a business, when you go for traditional business, you may make money, of course, 10, 20 or 30 or 40, 50% profit, but you're going to sacrifice the time. So what is the point? As I asked you before, what is the point of having a financial success or financial freedom at the same time, time poor, relationship poor, emotionally poor, health poor? That's not going to create a true wealth at all. So if you're really determined to create a true wealth, true passive income, at the same time maintaining the cash flow now, to live your life to the fullest every single day now. That is what you must think about is a business which is an online business with automation. Again, it doesn't mean that there is no work involved. First of all, you must learn about the business and you must execute some action consistently because it is going to be your business. So in saying that, what I'm doing now is of course in high ticket affiliate marketing, and that involves of course some sort of work. I mean to say, if you're really determined to have a cash flow of around 5 to 10K per month, apart from what you're earning in your job or other businesses, having a cash flow of 5 to 10K per month, and not only that, if you are aiming to really have a true passive income towards creating a true wealth and true time freedom and financial freedom, you must have an online business with an automation. That's exactly what I'm doing here. So as long as you can able to invest 2 hours of your day, 2 hours, I mean to say it can be flexible. It can be a 15 minutes pocket. So as long as you can able to spend 2 hours of your day any time of the day to learn and to take action with regards to that, related to that, and also you will be provided with a complete mentorship and training. It means you don't need to have any business experience, you don't need to have any online experience, you don't need to be a tech savvy. As long as you're so determined to have a cash flow at present, either to reduce your number of hours that you're working in your job, or to have a peace of mind financial to keep up with the financial circumstances, cash flow at present, and also building your own passive income. Eventually it could take another 3 months or 6 months or 1 year or 2 year or 5 year, and also creating a passive income legacy billable globally. Wherever you are from, you can bill it to your loved ones, and also creating a generational wealth. That's exactly the business that I'm doing. So as long as you can spend 2 hours of your day consistently, and if you're committed towards learning by being coachable with the open-mindedness and implementing the action, eventually you can able to make not just 10 or 20%, even way more than that as well, because it leads to uncapped income. And by means of having an automation, eventually you'll be having a time freedom. Why I'm saying stressing on the time freedom? Because the ultimate rich life or ultimate luxurious life is time freedom alongside making the money to work for you. That's it. Time freedom alongside making the money to work for you. That is what exactly we are doing here with automation. So if you want to know furthermore knowledge about it around the business that what I'm doing, if you're watching on YouTube, in the description there is a link where you can see, when you click on the link, you can see a free 1 hour video masterclass which explains about what is this business, what is this business involved, how you can do the business from wherever around the globe you are from, and how we are going to help and mentor and train you for this business lifetime, and also how much money that you're going to make, including the passive willable legacy and generational wealth, and how much is the investment. Of course, this business, it's a business, it's going to be your business. You're going to not going to work under me, it's going to be your business. So if it is the case, it involves a one-time investment for your lifetime business. In saying one-time investment, if you're an Australian citizen or PR, then you'll be eligible even for a zero down start. Zero down start. So we are going to help you to make this business completely free for you eventually as well. So if you're really looking forward towards having a cash flow now, and also in future building a passive income as well, feel free to drop in. Or if you're watching on YouTube, go and click the link and go and watch the 1 hour free video masterclass. Or if you're watching in Facebook or Instagram, drop below passive income. Then we'll have a chat. Then I'll be in a better position to see how exactly I can help you, whether we are a good match. From there we can go on. So these are the different types. You choose what you want. You want the passive income to be controlled by someone and waiting for another 5 or 10 years to make from 3 to 5% or 7 to 8% or 3%. Or you want to have a business with a traditional business where you can make, of course, 10 or 20 or 30%, but sacrificing your quality family time, your personal time, and your health. Or you want to have a business in online which is running in automation where you can do the business from anywhere around the globe and also make money 10, 20, or 30 or 40 or more than that, having a cash flow now and having a time freedom now. Eventually you can build the passive income as well. So which one do you prefer? If you prefer the last method which I shared with you, feel free to drop below passive income and we'll be in a better position to help you. Or if you're watching on YouTube, just click the link below in the description and you'll go from there. Get to know what you don't know. Live your life to the fullest. We succeed together.